Batman is a 1966 American superhero film directed by Leslie H. Martinson. Based on the television series and the first full-length theatrical adaptation of the DC Comics character of the same name, the film stars Adam West as Batman and Burt Ward as Robin. The film hit theaters 2 months after the last episode of the first season of the television series. The film includes most members of the original TV cast, with the exception of Julie Newmar's Catwoman, who, in the film, was replaced by Lee Meriwether. Welcome back to DC Movie Rewind, where we look back at every live-action DC movie. Today we are discussing Batman from 1966. Before this movie in the TV series, Batman was in 2 serials, one from 1943 and one with Robin from 1949. From the end of the last Batman serial to the start of the TV series, there were a few attempts at adapting Batman again. Following the success of the Fleischer Superman cartoons, Fleischer Studios communicated with DC Comics over the possibility of adapting Batman. The communication got to the point of budget discussions as illustrated in a letter dated January 25, 1942, and reproduced in longtime Batman executive producer Michael E. Uslan's 2011 memoir, The Boy Who Loved Batman. It is, however, unknown how far the production of this project went before being abandoned. Later, CBS attempted to launch a live-action children's program based on the character. Former Los Angeles Rams linebacker and Tarzan actor Mike Henry was soon approached to appear as the character and even took publicity stills. The project went into limbo, and after a long stagnation, producers attempted to sell it to NBC, but they passed on the project in 1965. Another attempt at a Batman adaptation was Batman vs. Godzilla. The original idea for this seemingly mismatched crossover between Batman and Godzilla comes from the hands of series writer Shinichi Sekizawa, who submitted a manuscript of the proposal in November 1965. Sekizawa's concept features several characters from the Batman universe, including Robin and Commissioner James Gordon. To battle Godzilla, Batman and his sidekicks would have utilized several vehicles to engage in combat, including the Batmobile, the Batcopter, and the Batcycle. The concept also featured the introduction of a weather control apparatus, an idea which would later be used for Son of Godzilla in 1967. It was also going to have another device to control Godzilla himself, which would possibly indicate another antagonist pitting the 2 characters against each other. In terms of Sekizawa's motivation, his reasoning seems clear in these drafts, to try and repeat the mammoth international success that the 1962 crossover film King Kong vs. Godzilla enjoyed. This is made apparent in allusions to the earlier 1962 film, as even this extremely early take at the concept included mention of Godzilla's battle with King Kong, which was noted as being included with stock footage of the 2 titans fighting. The concept never got far enough for a full-fledged script to have been created. There are many questions related to the proposal still unknown as well, such as if DC Comics was ever actually approached with the idea or not. It is also not known to what degree the 1966 Batman TV series, which debuted 2 months after Sekizawa proposed this idea, might have played, if any. Also, references to Batgirl are made in the concept, which would predate the Barbara Gordon version of the character that would later become synonymous with the name in 1966. Now, let's talk about the production.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
The movie was produced by Greenlawn Productions and distributed by 20th Century Fox. It was directed by Leslie H. Martinson, who had directed a pair of the television series Season 1 episodes. The movie was written by Lorenzo Semple Jr., who completed the screenplay in 10 days. The movie was also produced by William Dozier. Dozier wanted to make a big screen film to generate interest in his proposed Batman television series by having the feature in theaters while the first season of the series was rolling before the cameras. The studio, 20th Century Fox, refused because it would have to cover the entire cost of a movie, while it would only have to share the cost of a TV series. So the series premiere was moved up, and the film was forced to wait until the summer hiatus after the first season. The film was produced quickly to get into theaters prior to the start of Season 2 of the television series. The studio acquiesced after a 1965 screening of Columbia Pictures' 1943 Batman serial in New York City renewed interest in the character, and after the television series became phenomenally successful. The project was announced in a March 26, 1966 issue of Variety magazine. Principal photography began on April 28, 1966, and concluded within 28 days, with a further 3 days to complete second unit photography. The film includes most members of the original TV cast, the actors for Batman, Robin, Alfred, Gordon, O'Hara, Aunt Harriet, the Joker, the Penguin, and the Riddler all reprised their roles. Though Julie Newmar had at this point played Catwoman in 2 episodes of Season 1 in the TV series, She had other commitments at the time and was replaced by Lee Meriwether in the film. According to the biography special Catwoman, Her Many Lives, aired on July 20, 2004, Newmar was unable to reprise her role because of a back injury. Catwoman was nonetheless played by Newmar once again in the following 11 episodes of Season 2 of the series, and Eartha Kitt would then play Catwoman in 3 episodes of Season 3. Fitness guru Jack LaLanne has a cameo as a man on a rooftop with bikini-clad women. Besides the Batmobile, other vehicles used by that dynamic duo in the movie include the Batcycle with the sidecar, the Batboat, and the Batcopter. Of the 3 new Bat vehicles which first appeared in the Batman film, only the Batcycle properly crossed over into the TV series as the budgetary limits of the TV series preluded the full use of the others. While the Batcopter and Batboat from the movie appeared briefly in episodes, they primarily did so in the form of stock footage scenes from the film intercut into the series.
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
The film was released to theaters on July 30th, 1966. It stars Adam West as Batman, Burt Ward as Robin, Lee Meriwether as Catwoman, Cesar Romero as the Joker, Burgess Meredith as the Penguin, and Frank Gorshin as the Riddler. Batman premiered at the Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas on July 30th, 1966, and it was moderately successful at the box office. The film did not initially perform well in theaters. Originally, the film had been conceived to help sell the television series abroad, but the success of the series in the United States was sufficient publicity. The film's budget allowed for producers to build a Batboat and lease a helicopter that would be made into the Batcopter, both of which were used in the second and third seasons of the television show. The Batboat was created by Austin-based company Glastron, whose payment was in having the film premiere in their hometown. In conjunction with the premiere, Gene Boone of Austin CBS affiliate station KTBC interviewed the film's cast, including Lee Meriwether, Cesar Romero, and Adam West. The movie had a budget of $1.3 million and made $3.9 million in the box office. It currently has an 80% critic score and a 62% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, and a 71 Metacritic score. A sequel to this film was considered at one point. It would have been released between the end of the second season and the beginning of the third season. There was no script or working title, but the idea was to introduce Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, Harvey Dent as Two-Face, Poison Ivy, and an array of new gadgets and vehicles such as the Batplane. Due to waning interest in the series during the second season, which resulted in budget cuts, all of the plans for a sequel were scrapped. 20th Century Fox was also not interested, partially due to racial concerns that Eartha Kitt had been chosen to portray Catwoman, and because it was unknown if Frank Gorshin would be on board to portray the Riddler again. With too many returning characters portrayed by new actors and a gamble on a new female co-lead, Fox passed on the idea, and instead only a short pilot was created to introduce Batgirl.
Smashing entrance.
Holy apparition!
No, Boy Wonder, I'm Batgirl. You are no longer alone, Caped Crusaders.
Prior to Season 3, a 7-minute pilot introducing Batgirl was produced. While it never actually aired, it was intended as a pilot for a Batgirl spin-off series that would often cross over with the parent series. These actions were to boost declining ratings and to get a wider audience by having a regular female lead. Eventually, the end result was simply adding Batgirl as one of the leads on the main series, and she appeared in every episode of the third season, with the season's opening episode focusing almost entirely on her. This helped the season's ratings temporarily increase, but not enough for ABC to continue to produce new episodes. The 1967 promotional short introduced librarian Barbara Gordon as Batgirl for the series, portrayed by Yvonne Craig. Her debut also coincided with the debut in the comics. Craig later reprised the Batgirl role in a 1972 commercial supporting women's rights and equal pay. Dick Goddard played Batman in this commercial.
Holy breaking and entering! It's Batgirl!
Quick, Batgirl, untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
It's no joke. It's the federal equal pay law.
Holy act of Congress!
The TV series ended after 3 seasons in 1968. Episodes of the show frequently featured windows cameos, in which Batman and Robin are shown climbing up the side of a building by rope, and a guest celebrity appears out of a nearby window of the building and makes a joke or aside. Some cameos include real-life celebrities, such as Jerry Lewis, George Cesar as a drunkard, Dick Clark, Sammy Davis Jr., Bill Dana as Jose Jimenez, Don Ho, Andy Devine as Santa Claus, Art Linkletter, Edward G. Robinson, Aileen Mell, or Susie Knickerbocker, and Cyril Lord as Carpet King. Other cameos were crossovers with other shows from that time, such as Ted Cassidy reprising his role as Lurch from The Addams Family, an out-of-time Werner Klemperer as Colonel Klink from Hogan's Heroes, Van Williams and Bruce Lee as the Green Hornet and Kato, who would later have 2 crossover episodes, and Howard Duff as Sam Stone from Felony Squad. Many of the main cast members went on to play their characters in various animations, commercials, PSAs, tours, movies, and shows over the years. West, Ward, and Gorshin appeared in 1979's Legends of the Superheroes, and along with Julie Newmar and Lee Meriwether, 2003's Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Adam and Burt, as well as many animated shows for the next 5 decades. Similar to George Reeves playing Superman in Kellogg's commercials in Stamp Day for Superman, some of the cast members have been in a total of 3 commercials and 4 PSAs in character. West has voiced parody versions of himself in animated shows, such as Batman the Animated Series as the Gray Ghost.
As a kid, I used to watch you with my father. The Gray Ghost was my hero.
So it wasn't all for nothing.
Animaniacs, The Fairly Odd Parents as Catman, as well as Family Guy and Robot Chicken. In 2005, West again returned to the role of Batman for the digital animation and visual effects school called Batman New Times, a short CGI film in which all characters were portrayed by Minimates, predating the Lego film craze. In addition to West, other notable voice actors including Mark Hamill as the Joker, Courtney Thorne-Smith as Catwoman, and Dick Van Dyke as Commissioner Gordon. West and Ward have also voiced roles together in animated shows such as The Simpsons, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Futurama. Burgess Meredith even had a cameo as the Penguin in a 1968 episode of The Monkees. The cast members have also reunited on many occasions, such as on the Batman Live Tour. West, Ward, Yvonne Craig, Lee Meriwether, and Vincent Price, who played Egghead, appeared on Celebrity Family Feud in the 80s. November 1985 would see several cast members reunited on the syndicated afternoon talk show America, as West, Ward, Julie Newmar, Vincent Price, Cesar Romero, Terry Moore, Liberace, Eartha Kitt, and Zsa Gabor were reunited along with the original Batmobile, which was still covered with flocking from its tours since the 1970s. In the opening scene, West and Ward are in the Batmobile from an actual TV episode. They are segued from the TV episode to the live stage again inside the Batmobile. Ricardo Montalban introduces them. Ward requests that he would like to have a 15th anniversary reunion of the Batman class of 1968. On April 28, 1988, The Late Show, hosted by Ross Schaffer, had a Batman reunion show with the following cast members: Adam West, Burt Ward, Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, Frank Gorshin, Yvonne Craig, a pre-recorded video appearance by Cesar Romero, and the last television appearance of Alan Napier, who plays Alfred Pennyworth. Batmobile creator George Barris also appeared with the stunt version of the Batmobile. Eartha Kitt performed her song, I Want to Be Evil. The series stars, Adam West and Burt Ward, were typecast for decades afterward, with West especially finding himself unable to escape the reputation of a hammy camp actor. West and Ward reprised their roles in Batman animated movies for the show's 50th anniversary, along with Julie Newmar returning. These movies were 2016's Batman, Return of the Caped Crusaders, and 2017's Batman vs. Two-Face. Adam West sadly died before the latter was released. Ward had a cameo in an episode of the Arrow vs. 2019 Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event.
Holy crimson skies of death!
A CGI version of West as Batman also appears in the Flash film in 2023.
Only the Joker would think of that.
The starring heroes and villains in the movie would return in the next set of Batman movies, starting in 1989. With that being said, thanks for watching. Next time we'll be talking about the 1974 pilot episode of an unproduced Wonder Woman TV series. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more, consider giving a like or rating and subscribing with notifications so you never miss an episode. It's free. Also feel free to check out our other episodes and share this podcast with others on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time on Movie Rewind.